Hi! Thank you so much for joining me for your March 2017 Written in the Stars Taroscope. My name is Madeline and I've been studying astrology and reading tarot for a little over 20 years, and on this channel I do 2 readings per video. First, your Taroscope, a broad overview of the story that you're going to experience this month, and then my Fiercely Focused spread, which I do at the end of the video, which gives you a really specific theme for your month and some concrete action steps you can take to make the most of this March. So this month, the new moon moves into Aries on the 28th of March, and that is considered the astrological new year. So this is a fantastic time to write down your intentions, write down your goals, and I'd really like you to keep that in mind as you go through your reading. What kind of seeds of intention would I like to plant as we leap forward into spring and into the new year? So I really hope you enjoy it and find it really empowering for your month. I would love to hear from you, so, like if you like it, subscribe if you want more, and please let me know what you think in the comments or on social media. I've linked all that stuff below if you're interested. I would love to hear from you. I really appreciate you joining me. I hope you have a great month, and without further ado, on to your March Taroscope. Hey Libra, thank you again for joining me for your March 2017 Taroscope. Super excited to see what is ahead for you this month, especially with that new moon in Aries coming. Wow. No sooner have I said new moon in Aries that you see the King of Wands here popping right out. Now let's see if that's you or if that is somebody in your life, Libra. What's going on for Libra in March 2017? Libra. And Libra, if you haven't been here before, you will see me turn upside down cards right side up. I do not read tarot cards as classically they're known as reversed. I read intuitively, so I receive the impressions and words that Spirit wants to give me about the card. And if there is a change to the original meaning, I will definitely share that with you though, okay? Okay, Libra, March 2017, Libra. March 2017, Libra. Wow. Is that like the number that I need? Because that's kind of crazy. Let's find out. This is what Spirit wants. We do what Spirit wants. Alright. Libra, March 2017. And Libra, this has never happened for your sign before. You got a couple bonus cards. Wow. The 9 and the 10 of Wands. That's kind of fascinating in order that way. In a deck that's been shuffled like well over thousands of times. Gosh, I don't even know how long I've had this deck. Okay, so I'm going to set these guys aside just so we can focus on this part of the story, but don't worry, they're coming back. They're coming back in. Okay, let me finish getting all the characters straight so that you can see everybody in your story, Libra. Several kings and queens here. Okay. Sorry about that, Libra. We're at a little bit of an angle. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. Okay. Let's see here, Libra. Okay. So Libra, you tend to be quite conciliatory. You're a people pleaser, you're a sweetheart, and the dark side of that is that you like to appear like a sweetheart. So it can be really hard for you to do and say things that hurt other people, that cause conflict, that cause dramatic change, because you're known for your indecision, which in the tarot, the Two of Swords is the ultimate indecision card. It's like, damned if I do, damned if I don't, so I will just sit here with this blindfold on because a stalemate is better than a loss. And that's not the truth, Libra. A stalemate is like indefinite suspended animation. So don't choose to put yourself in suspended animation. There are times when like a pause is a good thing and pausing and thinking about something, but you're at a point where it's becoming over analytical, where you're muddying the waters with too many options, with too many rationalizations, Spirit is saying. And Spirit is saying that in your classic, very other-oriented way, some of you are making excuses for other people. And Libra, these are general readings, so some of these messages will resonate more than others. But listen to the heart of the message. You may feel that the heart of the message is more of a coworker or a boss than, say, a partner or a friend. Listen to the essence of the message and see what comes through for you, because since I'm reading for all Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, Spirit does give me like a lot of messages with a lot of flavors. So I'm trying to keep this as specific and yet as broad as possible at the same time. So Spirit is really asking you to invoke this aspect of yourself. Again, like I said, new moon in Aries, this is like the ultimate. The King of Wands is, he's the King of Wands made his career not giving a damn what anybody thought. And by thinking outside of the box and saying, this is what my creative spirit is calling me to do, so I follow that. I owe no allegiance to anybody except my spirit, which calls me in this direction, so this is what I'm doing. Invoke this aspect of yourself, Libra. You're a cardinal sign. You're an initiator, a starter, a leader, an initiative taker. The King of Wands breaks molds and barriers, and because of that, he is successful. And because of that, he is also able to collect teams, followers, people who admire what he does and want to follow in the trail he blazed. This may mean going it alone for a lot of you. And going it alone can mean different things. Again, for some of you, yes, it may be that you need to end certain relationships or make severe adjustments to relationships that give you more alone time. But for others of you, even if you're in a relationship, you need a little more time for reflection, for specific, intentional, quiet time. Time for quote-unquote nothing, like meditation, prayer, long walk, long bath may seem like not a lot of action, but in the yin, in that feminine receiving state, which we're going to talk more about that because you have the Empress here in your reading, that is when you can come to some sudden new wisdom and inspiration. The Hermit is the wise man. The Hermit has like climbed to snowy peaks to learn what other people are unwilling to do the work to learn. So be willing to do the work, Libra. Be willing to be, again, a trailblazer. And even if you're going up there alone, don't let that stop you. Just because not everybody wants to follow you or not everybody sees the vision that you see yet, that doesn't mean it's not real. It's very real. You know it's real. You feel it in your soul. That's what this Judgment card is. Something is meant to be. Meant to be or meant not to be. This is a call to bring yourself to life. This is Gabriel blowing the horn, the wall falling down. It's time. Okay. It's so interesting the different ways that Spirit comes through, and sometimes it's like I'm sitting right here, you know, I haven't moved anywhere, and yet my breath is coming faster, almost as if like I've been running, and what it feels like is like you have so many spiritual guides running through my body, one after the other. It's like a stampede. Okay, so don't be afraid of the conflict. Don't be afraid to rock the boat. Don't be afraid to upset people and to stay true to yourself, because that's really the point. The point is to stay true to yourself. People getting upset or people feeling left behind is what Spirit is saying. People feeling left behind is a side effect of you following your spirit. At least that's the way it should be. If you pay attention to where your soul is calling you, if you give yourself the quiet time and the space and pay attention to your intuition, like the Queen of Cups advises, if you reflect. And Spirit is saying that some of you have a good friend or a person that you consider to be an advisor that is like a Queen of Cups character. She's intuitive, she's calm, she's meditative and compassionate, and she has this very non-judgmental way of, when you're telling her a story, reflecting the truth gently back to you without even needing to really try. Like, she just asks certain questions and makes certain gentle observations that rock your world despite how gentle they are. So some of you may be the Queen of Cups, and others of you, it's like, go to this person. This person has some wise words for you in March to help you as you move forward, as you go on your hermit's journey. Okay, so this was about muddying the waters. Don't get confused. Don't be deterred from what the real path is in March. If you can, write down 3 goals at this time. And whether you're in the beginning of the month, the middle, it doesn't matter when you hear this video. What do you want to have done by the end of March? What 3 things? Narrow it down. Like anything from as mundane as like I will finally like scrub the floors, to I will write 3 chapters of my novel, to I will have a blog live. Whatever it is. Write down your 3 goals and do not be distracted by shiny object syndrome, by other people, by temptation. Spirit is saying that some of you, there are temptations around you that are luring you away from your purpose, and you don't want to do that, Libra. There's a lot of potential here, great potential, but if you fall back into old habits and old attachments, it could keep you boxed in. Okay, so the Empress. This is your natural state, Libra. The Empress is Venus. She's the great receiver. She's the nurturer, the mother, the sweetheart. And people just give to the Empress, and the Empress is an expert at receiving because she's so kind, and because, ironically, it's because she's so giving. She gives life and she receives it. You are meant to give your creative gifts to the world. And this month I'm feeling like when you give to the world, you receive, and in abundance. So Spirit really wants you to try that this month, because they want you to see the results. Like, put yourself out there, put your creativity out there in a big, big way, and see the reaction that you get, Libra, because so many of you are going to be celebrating, are going to be like, oh my God, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This was how I was supposed to do it. What an amazing inspiration or idea I had. I tried it and it worked out beautifully. And now I have this clarity. The sun is like, I can see the path ahead now. So the Hermit is like the gestation phase. And then when you're ready, when your thoughts and your spirit have brewed and percolated, you're going to give birth to this. And then it's just like, I get it. I get it now. And so here's what you need to do about this devil. The devil is related to this, the muddied waters. The devil's related to this, the indecision, the judgment, the conflict. This is what you need to detach from, Libra. This is what you need to leave behind. The devil runs on shame. The devil runs on secrets. The devil is completely disempowered by love, by compassion, by forgiveness, by attention. Because the devil in the tarot, for one thing, I should say right away, is pre-Christian. So don't be freaked out by this devil. The devil is not Satan. As scary as he looks, he does not represent evil. He represents our shadow side, the very human aspect of ourselves, but the part of us that is still animal, like lizard brain type stuff, rage, lust, greed. It's everything to do with temptation, bad habits, falling into old ways, bad patterns. So again, Spirit is talking about other things are getting in your way, trying to lure you away from what you're meant to be doing or where you want to be going, and you've got to be a little bit ruthless, Libra. You need to bring out your King of Swords and cut the shit. Like, I feel like I'm playing Barbies with tarot cards. Cut it out! The King of Swords is a no bullshit, straightforward authority figure. He says, this is the truth. Let's be real here. He's King Solomon. Like, I will cut that baby in half, bitch. Tell me the truth. The King of Swords, like, he suffers no guff, and he's an expert, excuse me, on cutting ties, on cutting through the crap, and sometimes, as you can see clearly, cutting people's heads right off. Not literally, but figuratively. Like, no, that's total crap, and just bite your fucking head off. But the beautiful thing about the King of Swords is he is full of honor. He will not say it unless he believes it to be true, knows it to be true. Of course, we all know what we know to be true, right? But really it's a belief. But that's a whole other video. But what the king does is very honorably always speak his truth. He cannot be deterred. He cannot be watered down. So he's the antidote to these muddied waters. Be very honest with yourself, be very clear with yourself, even if it's like you have to write down pro and con lists about this devil. You need to keep real with yourself so that you can't be deterred, you can't be tempted. okay? And tarot's not fatalistic, Libra. You can do anything you want. You can continue with these bad habits, or you can continue like kind of scattering your energy and just seeing how things go. That's completely okay. You're loved and forgiven unconditionally for everything at all times, and everything is within your free will. However, whatever Spirit's messages are during these videos, I always pray that Spirit will say what is for your highest good. So this is what we feel you can do to be your happiest. And when you're honest and clear and you break away from this, you set yourself free. You stop boxing yourself in, and you've had this before, Libra, of making yourself smaller so that other people can feel like enough or big or wealthy. Don't shrink so that other people can have more room, Libra. Take your rightful space in the world, and you will attract people who celebrate your rightful space and share it with you. Don't put down your crown, okay? Don't put down your crown for anyone, Libra. You're meant to lead. You're meant to discover new things in March and to be very courageous and to break out of old bonds, old habits, and old ways and give birth to something really amazing, a new phase in your life. March is bringing illumination, and if you want it to, a chance to really focus and to see results by the end of the month. Okay, so now let's look at your fiercely focused spread. Let's see. Ooh. The indecisive girl dove right off the table. Like, I can't take it anymore. Okay. Ooh. Okay, a note about these guys. Sorry, I said they would come back. So this 9 and 10, your bonus cards that came out, you're closer than you think to your goal, Libra. That's the other reason they're saying don't be deterred. This is like, you might feel really tired and like this is a lot to carry and that you've already been through a lot and you've already done a lot, and maybe you're like, it's just never going to come to anything, is it? It's just not going to work out. No, don't believe that. You are so much closer than you think. So if somebody told you, like you were walking in a blizzard and they said, you're 10 feet from the cabin, you think you can't walk another step, but I promise you, you're 10 feet from the cabin, you would walk the 10 feet. So keep going. It's closer than you think it is. Okay? Okay, let's see. Now, what is the theme for Libra in March 2017? What should Libra focus on, invoke, consider in March 2017? Ah, beautiful, the Fool. Be innocent, Libra. Don't have any preconceived notions. Look at life as an adventure. Play it like a game. Don't put focus on your fear. Put focus on your faith. The Fool walks over the cliff to everybody's astonishment. He floats, but it's because the Fool knew that there was a glass bridge there that no one else could see. The Fool doesn't mind looking a little foolish because he will come out on top and he will enjoy the process. He will be happy. Above all, he is free. Free to be himself and free to leave behind the expectations of others. And so I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, you did. Okay. So sorry about that, Libra. I was saying that just as I said you kind of needed to let go of other people's expectations and completely like start your own thing, blaze your own trail, you get well, rather I should say Spirit flips out of the deck before I can even introduce it. The card for the step you should take this month regarding your physical and financial resources is to plant something new, is to really invest in the seed that you're most excited about and really give it your dedicated attention, because that's what will bring it to fruition. That's what will bring from a seed an orchard. It will take time. It will take your attention. I mean, you need to be the crazy person who goes out and like sings to their plants. You need to sing to your projects. You need to tell it you love it. You need to tell it how much it matters to you and how well and beautifully you're going to grow together. Like, you need to devote yourself to this thing you want. And if you do, it's going somewhere really beautiful. Okay? Okay, so now let's look at what's going on with you mentally. What are you speaking, writing, thinking about in March 2017 for Libra? Same card, different deck. King of Swords. Be brutally honest, Libra. I can say to you, be brutally honest, because that will mean that at least you'll be honest. Because you're a diplomat and a sweetheart, Libra. So your version of brutally honest is still very diplomatic and kind. But you need to be the leader in your own life. You need to be the decider. You need to not defer to others. You need to not refer to others. Unintentional poem there. But honestly, it's like nobody is going to live your life except you. And at the end of your life, nobody is going to know but you how well you lived it. You are the judge. You are the king, Libra. Lead your life. Like, that's what they just said. Like, it sounds funny, but lead your life. Don't just lead your life. Lead your life, if that makes sense. Okay. Next, Libra. Let's look at what you're feeling. What's going on in your emotional life? How are you relating or emoting or receiving from others' emotions in March? Libra, March 2017. Yay! Look at that. Look at how much happiness you're going to feel when you plant your seed and get really real with yourself and set yourself free, Libra. This is support and love and community and a sense of like, I am just so loved. I'm so happy. I'm surrounded by joy. I'm surrounded by people who care about me and support me. So it's funny. It's like, ironically, by letting go of the need for other people's support, you allow the right people, the people who are really in alignment with you, to come in, okay? So trust that. Again, it's like, it's all about that theme of have faith, Libra. Have the faith to make the leap. Okay, so now finally, let's see what is lighting you, wow, okay, lighting you up or setting you on fire in March. Wow, you are like not the only one to get this. I feel like a lot of people are going to be defending themselves and defending their ideas. So again, they're saying that as beautiful as this all is, and as much as you will be loved and supported, you will still come up against that opposition and that resistance from others. So Spirit just really doesn't want to sugarcoat that. They just want to be clear with you that, you know, Libra, as wonderful as this all will be, you will be rocking the boat and you will be upsetting a few apple carts, but ultimately it is for the good of not just you, but for everyone involved. Okay? Trust that. And Spirit just said, this is funny. Okay. You're raising a baby, right? You have a baby and baby needs to learn how to walk. It's gotten to be that age where baby is starting to stand up and test what it can do. And you don't run up to the baby and gently guide it back to its butt on the floor and say, no, 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 don't walk. You might scrape your knee or fall down. You need to stay right here where it's safe. You wouldn't say that. That would be hindering your child's growth. You know that your child has to get up. It has to deal with a few slip and falls, a few scraped knees, a few tears before they're going to master that walking. And they will master it. It is coming. This is the same way you must not stop other people from learning their lessons, even when it's painful for them. So for certain people or situations that you need to cut out, Libra, Spirit is saying, they're also taking something from this, which is why this is not just for your highest good, but for the good of everyone involved. And as long as you have that good intention in your heart of being honest and wanting everyone to feel blessed by whatever the outcome is, the outcome will be well, Libra. Okay, I really appreciate you joining me. I hope this is helpful for you. And if you have any questions or any insights you'd like to share, I would love to hear from you, whether it's in the comments or find me on Instagram or Facebook for daily tarot readings, weekly horoscopes, some other cool stuff. I really appreciate you joining me. I hope you have a wonderful month, Libra, and I hope to see you in April. Bye-bye.